Hello everybody, it's Miss Ginny from the Rotary Children's Library. Today for Crafting with Ginny, we are going to be making some popsicle stick Christmas ornaments. So you can see there's a Santa, there's a snowman, there's reindeer, and there's an elf. You can print off these instructions and the supply list on our website at DraytonValleyLibrary.ca under programs. So let's get started. For supplies, you're going to need some scissors. And you'll want a paint tray, paint brushes, some acrylic paint. I've got red and green and white, maybe some tan, kind of tan color or brown, dark brown. You'll want some white glue and some sort of ribbon, just thin ribbon, Christmassy colors. I'm going to use my glue gun today probably, but if you're going to use it, be sure to be careful because you don't want to burn yourself, so you want adult supervision. The other thing you're going to need is, if you have brown pipe cleaners, then you're going to need a couple of those. If you don't, you can always use black. It's for the antlers of the reindeer. And you might want like a red marker and a black Sharpie pen. And you might want some Q-tips as well. Plus, you're going to want to have some buttons. You just need a few of those. And some Google Eyes. All right, the other thing you're going to need is a popsicle stick. Now I'm using the wider popsicle sticks, and I've pre-painted mine. So this one's going to be for my elf. So I've painted a green on part of it and then a tan color on the top. And then I've pre-painted my Santa one. So red on the bottom and a tan color on the top for the face. And then some white, all white for the snowman. And all brown for the reindeer. All right, so let's get started. The other thing you're going to need is a little bit of red construction paper, maybe a bit of orange, a bit of green, and maybe some white paper. Depends on how you want to decorate your popsicle sticks. So once you have all your supplies together, the first thing you want to do is paint your popsicle sticks according to what the character is going to look like. So I pointed that out when I showed you my popsicle sticks. I put the tan for the face and the green for the bottom for the elf. And then you do it accordingly as to how you want to decorate your character. So of course we're sticking to Christmas theme. So I'm going to do the snowman first. So I've pre-cut a little red piece of construction paper to look like a scarf. And I've also pre-cut an orange carrot nose. You can make your nose look bigger if you want. It's totally up to you how you decorate your snowman. All right. So first thing you want to do is you want to glue on, if you're going to use Google Eyes, glue those on. I'm going to use some small Google Eyes on my snowman. So I'm just going to point the computer down so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to just put a little bit of glue there and stick the eyes on. Again, you can use the white glue. You don't have to use a glue gun. I'm just using the glue gun because it's a little bit faster for this video. So there you see we have our Google Eyes on there. I left some room at the top because I'm going to maybe make a little hat or something for him. So the next thing you'll want to do is I'm going to glue on some buttons down below. for the snowman, and I'm using some green ones today. You can use whatever color you want, and you don't have to use buttons if you don't want to. You can just draw them on with a felt pen if you prefer that. I'm going to glue on the carrot nose first onto for his face. So there's his face. And then I'm going to glue on his little scarf. So just a bit of glue on his scarf. And I'm going to stick that onto the popsicle stick. So there he's wearing his scarf. And now I'm going to glue the buttons on. I'm going to use 3 of them. And put so I used some green buttons. You can use whatever color you want. And now I'm going to get some black construction paper and just do a little hat for it. So you can just cut out a little strip for the bottom of the hat, the brim of the hat, or you can just design the hat yourself and make it as tall or as short as you want. But I think he looks nice with a hat, so. Let's go here. I'm going to give him kind of a tall hat. All right, I'm just going to make the ends a little bit shorter. And I'm going to glue that onto the top to give him his top hat. And there you have your snowman. So now what you need to do is take some string, any color you want. Just take a little piece of it. It's for an ornament that you can hang on your tree. So you want to just tie the ends, or you can glue them onto the back of your popsicle stick, your snowman popsicle stick. So depending on how long you want your string, I'm going to shorten mine a little bit here. And then you put a bit of glue on there to keep it together. And then you glue it on to the back of your popsicle stick so that you have a string. And if you don't have ribbon, you can use a string. Maybe you want to use yarn. You can use yarn if you want. Or maybe you have some jute. So there's your snowman. So the next one that I want to do is I am going to do Santa. So Santa has a black belt. So I'm going to cut out a little strip for a belt. And we'll put a white buckle on the inside. And the first thing you want to do is you want to do his face. So let's get some Google eyes and glue those on. Again, decorate it up the way you want. This is your ornament to hang on the tree. Make it fun, be creative. So I'm going to glue the eyes onto the tan part of the popsicle stick. And if you're planning to make a Santa hat out of your construction paper, then leave some room for that. And you know, Santa has a beard, so you might want to use some cotton balls or even draw out a beard on white paper and paste it on. So there's his eyes. So now I'm going to get a little red pom-pom and glue on his nose. There you can see Santa's coming together quite well. So now I think I'm going to grab some cotton here. For a beard, I want a little bit of cotton. So I got some cotton balls and I just need a little bit to make a beard for him. Glue that on. We're going to glue it right under his nose here. A nice fluffy beard. And then we're going to glue on that black belt that I was talking about. Because of course we know Santa's belt is in black. I'm just going to make it a little shorter here. Just put a little glue on your glue stick. Stick that belt on. If you want it to look like it has a buckle, you can take some gold paper if you have some, or you can take some glitter glue and make a little buckle. I'm just going to use a little bit of white, and I'm just going to cut out a little square to look like a buckle. Okay, let me see if I can get it in the middle here. So that the black shows through from his belt, from his, and you might have to just play with it a little bit for making your buckle. Or you don't have to make a buckle if you don't want to. It's just a tiny little detail. Again, you use your own creativity and your own details to make what you want. So I'm going to glue that on. Right in the middle of that belt, so it looks like a buckle. There, so he's got his buckle on. So now Santa, of course, needs a hat. And we want to have the trim for the hat. So I'm going to cut out of red construction paper, I'm going to cut out a bit of a hat for him. You can draw it out ahead of time if you want, or just cut it out. And it doesn't have to be perfect. So there, we've got a little hat. I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller because he's got a small head. So now I'm going to glue that on. Give Santa his hat, and we'll put a little pom-pom or a little white piece of paper, a little round white circle on the end of it. Whatever you'd like to do. I'm going to use a little white pom-pom. Hopefully it stays on. Put a little glue on. And there you have your Santa. All right, so we've done the snowman, we've done Santa. You can put your ribbon on now at the back so that you have your ornament all ready. Put a little glue on the back of your ribbon again so it glues together, and then glue it to the back of your Santa popsicle stick. Right at the top, put some glue to glue it on. And there you have your Santa ornament. All right, so now let's move on to the next one. So we have our snowman, we have our Santa. Let's do an elf. So I've painted it green, and now I'm going to do a little bit of face on there. So I'm going to put the Google eyes on. And next we want to make a little hat for him too, because we want to make a little elf hat. So I'm using green construction paper just to make a little elf hat. Basically, it's like a triangle. So we're going to glue that on. And then you can put a little pom-pom on the end of it. Make them look all Christmassy. And then you'll want to draw in his face with your black Sharpie. Draw in his smile. Make his smile a little bit wider. And you can give him some rosy red cheeks if you want with your red marker. And if you want to give him a belt or a collar, I'm going to use a little bit of white paper and give him a little white jagged collar. I'll just glue that on. So you can do all sorts of designs. There he has a little jagged collar. And then if you want to give him a belt, go ahead and give him a belt. I'm going to give him a white belt with a black little buckle. You want him to look a little bit different than Santa. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of glue on that popsicle stick and stick my belt on. And then I'll stick a little piece of black in there. You can even put some white trim if you want on his hat, or red trim, whatever. You can use a little bit of ribbon to put as a red trim on his hat. That'll work too. It just decorates it up a little bit more. Just cut the excess. All right. So there, I put a little trim on his hat. And now I'm going to put a little black square on his buckle because it'll look nicer that way. Just to give him a bit more character. And there you have your elf. So if we have time here, I'll just maybe do the reindeer quick. Let's see. All right, so the other thing is you want to put a ribbon on your elf there too. So don't forget to do that if you're hanging it on the tree. You'll want to put ribbon onto the back of your, glue it onto the back of your elf. So you can hang it on your Christmas tree as a Christmas ornament. There you go. Now let's see if we could do the reindeer. We'll see. You know what? I think I'm running out of time, to be honest. But you can do a reindeer if you use your popsicle sticks and your Google eyes, and then you make your antlers out of pipe cleaner. I'll see if I have enough time. I'll try it. Let's see. I'll put the Google eyes on first on my brown popsicle stick that I painted. Stick some Google eyes on. Oh, let's get that on there. I see that my one Google eye didn't want to stick, so I got to put a bit more glue on there. And then you can take some paint if you want, or you can take some tan construction paper if you have it, and you can do a little bit of a mouth with your paint. So again, you have many options. I'm doing that, and then, like I said, if you have some tan construction paper, you can put a little bit of a belly on there. I don't have any, so I'm just going to paint it on. And then you can put some ears. Again, you can paint them on, or you can use construction paper. I only have enough black to do some antlers, so I'm going to stick them up like this. I'm going to do 3 little pieces that I'm going to put together here. And then I'm going to wind it around to make an antler. So you can do an antler on either side. With your pipe cleaner. And then just stick it on. Now my paint is drying right now, so I'm not wanting to really put these on, but I'm going to glue this onto the back. Right? It looks nicer if you use construction paper for the ears. But anyway, that's how you do your popsicle stick Christmas ornaments. So there's the elf, there's the snowman, and there's your Santa one. All right, I hope you enjoyed this craft, and I will see you again next time. Bye for now.